All right. Hey, what's up, guys? Chelsea, welcome back to Fate Grand Order main interlude OOKU. Last time we fought with we had a first clash with Kama. Things didn't go well. Kiara sacrificed her life for us. Well, sort of. She implied she'd be back, and she probably will be. So I guess, is it really a sacrifice that she'll be back? I don't know. I don't know about that one. But anywho, now we have to go collect the Hanafuda cards. Hey, hi, hey Meredek, hey Gogeta, hey Blaze Reaper. So we gotta go do all these side bits. I mean, we could ignore these if we wanted to and just go with the story. We don't need all of the Hanafuda cards. I think technically, but you know, we may as well collect them. Make the final fight easier on ourselves. So yeah, yes, we'll go ahead and start with let's go with this top one. The writhing corridor. That doesn't sound pleasant. I don't know if it's just me, but that doesn't sound pleasant at all, actually. The corridor feels imposing. The wall is decorated with chains and torture devices. Oh. Kinky? No battle. Maybe it'll continue on. I don't see a door though. They look really painful. I mean, yeah, I would think so. They are torture devices, so I would think they're probably pretty painful. What do I know? I'm not a torture expert. The shrinking back corridor. A slow-moving creaking sound can be heard from inside the room. Oh, asesinos. They come. How's about a nice... Oh, I have it set to QP still. No, bond points. There we go. Oh, sure. An Ash the Rain Witch, why not? Alright. Manual kitchen soup. Do I have anyone who's closer to bond up than Bazit? Bazit's at like 400k away. I don't think I... Well, actually, maybe Nobu. Yeah, Nobu's... I mean... I don't know if I would call 200k close, but... closer? I guess, technically? So yeah, sure, we'll throw Nobu in. And yeah, that'll do. Why not? The Nobu. The room is decorated with a giant saw. Oh. That's cool, I guess. Giant saws are kinda cool, I suppose. Execution dolls. Hey, Arnold. I think I forgot to say it, Heavy 6. I saw you meant to say hey, and then I think I was in the middle of saying something and then I forgot. Why does Nobu make that noise when she's damaged? Did y'all hear that? What was that? Maybe I'm crazy. Oh no. Honestly, a surprisingly good amount of damage from Nobu there for having no effectiveness. Surprisingly efficient. Aficionado. Will Draco's arts kill that one? I don't know. I'll play it safe. Just go with the thing I know will kill and deal with the aftermath later. Okay, going off that, it maybe would've, maybe. I don't know why I had her attack that one. I should have targeted this one first. And then Nobu could have... Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Just a slight delay in our victory. There we go. Give me all of your Hanafuda cards. I require them. For reasons. Gimme. There we go. Alright, the explicit corridor. Ooh. How provocative. There's a hanging scroll depicting a graphic scene. Uh-huh. Yeah. How graphic are we talking? There are hanging scrolls left and right. I'm guessing the I keep forgetting the name of the painting. The Fisherman's Wife or whatever. Is that in here? You pass by, averting your eyes. Don't be such a prude, Ritsuka. Oh boy, even more branching paths. Lie together corridor, or the lively corridor. Oh, let's check out the lie together. Bedding is stacked in this corridor. Fascinating. Lie together room. There is a futon laid out in the room. You decide to walk around it. Yeah, who knows what happened in that futon. You know, you never know. Something uncouth. Rendezvous. Ooh. A little rendezvous, eh? Whispering can be heard from inside the room. You enter the room as if enthralled. There doesn't seem to be anyone here now, but there is evidence that someone may have just left. Oh boy, we're getting jumped. Manual setup, and yeah, we'll leave Nobu in. Even though Roland's closest to Bond, but he's only Bond, the 4-star, so Kama awaits you eagerly. Of course she does. Look, Kama, you're very tempting. I won't lie, you are, but we're kind of busy, you know. Plus, we've already got one of you. Alright, let's take the largest threat down first, of course. Wait, Nobu is... Yeah, yeah, you know what? Hang on. Increase Buster Card effectiveness. Yes. It wastes the NP gain, but that's fine. And special attack against enemies with the Heaven attribute when on a burning... I would assume Kama has Heaven attribute. They are a god, so... I would think so. Alright, go for it.
我が行くは神仏主情が無人のカバネ何人たりとてこの信長を阻むことはあたわず破順返上三千大戦天皇
And they are fucking dead. What? You lived! Ah, it is a level 1 AoE, so I guess it makes sense, but that's so many buffs on! The Burning Buster up, Castoria's like, attack up, like... I thought for sure she would just wipe the field. But no. Ah, well. It is what it is. Oh boy. Okay, this is okay. So this is the other path we could have gone if we'd wanted to. So it's less of a side path, more of a alternate route to the. Okay. We can just continue down this way, I guess, or check out what's over here. Yeah, let's check out the fruitful corridor. Why not? The corridor is full of bonsai. Oh. Bonsai trees are neat. I don't know what this has to do with schmacks, but, you know, okay. There's even fruit growing on the bonsai. Okay, a free 4-star foe, I'll take it. The fruit's puffy and juicy and a bit... sexy? What do you mean the fruit is sexy? What do you mean by that? Don't fuck the fruit. I know that was that one video of the guy putting his sting in a watermelon, but do not the fruit. Peach, probably peaches. They do have a. I guess. Yeah, I guess that makes some sense. The lively corridor. This corridor is narrow because it's so cluttered. Oh, that's a lot of boxes. There's only room enough for one to squirm through at a time. And, okay, there's nothing. Okay. Is this a storage room? There are so many things crammed in here. Damn. Okay, that was... I mean, we got monoprisms, so I'll take that, I guess. I suppose, alright. The Curious Corridor. The Curious Fingies. Exploring the nether regions. A strange sound can be heard from the room in the back. What a sort of strange sound. The room is overflowing with luxury goods. It appears the wind chime is what's making the sound. Alright. This room looks to be a waiting room for the maidservants, but it's empty. Oh. Okay. Another nothing room. Alright. The impatient corridor. Maybe it's the scent from earlier. Your body feels strange. What was it? Aphrodisiac incense or something like that? You can barely stand. Let's hurry on. More commas. More comma chameleons. Manual setup. Start quest. Comes up ahead. Or so you thought, but then she appears behind you. There are 2 commas. Talk about a dream come true, am I right? Alright, not much more. Comma A and comma B. Actually, wait, what am I doing? Just, you know, wipe the floor with them. Why am I even messing around? Now this should wipe them out. For sure. Probably. While you live. Not for long, though. You thought you lived, but no. It was me, Dio. You poor clones. You fakes. Fake commas. Fake everything. You get what you deserve. Oh? Oh. The plum corridor. The melting corridor. It's filled with an intoxicating sweet scent. The room is full of incense. Your heart is racing. That's probably not good. Oh, no battle. Just free phoenix feathers. Your heart is still throbbing even after you get out of the room. Even after. The blistered corridor. Oh, I don't like blisters. There are lots of incense burners here too. The smoke is thick here. It's stifling. You're in a daze and you keep going in circles. Oh, more commas. Commas everywhere. Can't tell if it's a dream come true or a painful experience. The next thing you know, you're surrounded by commas. Yeah, 'cause... I mean, technically speaking, aren't we always surrounded by comma? In a sense. In a metaphysical kind of way. Alright, you know what we do. Alright, Nobu. Kill. Don't let the single one live.
一点視界に波動を開く。破壊せよ三千大戦天魔王。いくらでもいくらでもいくらでも我魔王として
AoEs really do make short work of all these fights. I appreciate it. Now, if only she was NP like 5. Imagine the devastation she would wrought. Alright. Just these two. Alright. The attractive corridor. You can hear a beautiful singing voice coming from the room. I didn't know Kama could sing. There's a pond in the middle of the room. The singing seems to be coming from the room beyond that. Unless it's not Kama. It's not. It's a caster, and we get another command code. One with Kiara on it. Fascinating. A beautiful snake woman is standing at the edge of the pond. Oh. Now, how beautiful are we talking? 'Cause I'm down for some snussy. The snake. Snake queen. You know, I don't. Her features are kind of blank. But, you know, I could make do. I could make it work. Alright. Maybe I should have just done a full Nobu combo. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Ah, well. So good. So good. Go Nobu, go. Go Nobu, go. Oh yeah. Oh, that's juicy. Yeah, we should have just done a full Nobu combo before. I don't know what I was thinking. Am I crazy? Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Alright. And just have Draco finish it up. Not much can withstand a full Draco assault. Not even the Snake Queen herself. Is truly a shame. Alright. Both the other two command codes we've gotten so far were decent. I assume this one will also be. Probably. The Nun with the Bodhisattva's Merciful Gaze. Apply 20% special attack lawful and 20% special attack ruler effect to the engraved card. So I should give this to one of my Avengers, probably. So they do even more damage to rulers. Okay. Well, when I actually start putting command codes on people, I'll keep that in mind. The Alluring Corridor. Last one. The corridor is gorgeous and draws you in. Being in this room somehow makes you feel agitated. Oh? What's so agitating about it? You start to feel like you want to stay in this room. No! You need to keep going. You must keep moving. And more commas. And snakes, probably? The next thing you know, you're staggering towards comma. Will she ever learn? Probably not. More than likely not. Not until we've beaten her. Oh boy. These are, these might be a problem. Alright, we just, do this, and this should probably not kill either of them, realistically, but it will do a pretty good chunk of damage. Yeah, I could have killed the lion woman if I'd had the targeting on it, but we're good. Nice. Interesting, the drop was from the lion and not the comma clone. Well, I guess it makes sense because it would drop the thing. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Alright, well, that should be all of the side passages done. Now... Alright, yeah, those last few were unnecessary, I guess, because we got the Hanafuda card from... like, one of the first ones we did. But, you know, I still like that we got everything cleared out, got the whole map unlocked. But now it is time for Act 8, the end of Tokugawa. Time to finish the story. Yeah, we're still being launched. Master, are you okay? My head feels a lot better now. Yeah, we're not in her depths anymore. Seems the Tokugawafication's worn off. I'm so relieved. But Kiara, she dead. She chose to stay behind so she could help us escape. I'll never forget your valiant sacrifice, Lady Seshuin. If it wasn't for her, we never would have made it out of there alive. I can never thank her enough. Master, is that you? Our connection came back so suddenly. Or rather, you returned to the surface so quickly that it took me some time to process your coordinates. Are you alright? From the looks in your faces, I'm guessing you've not returned victorious. We can celebrate our reunion later. Right now, I want you to tell us everything that happened down there. Yeah, so what happened was, there was a beast, you know. So Kama's Mara, the Demon King, and Beast 3L, yeah. Yeah. One of the beasts of disaster, huh? I have seen those occasionally pop up as possibilities during the Atlas Institute's investigations into the apocalypse. But I never thought I would get to see one of these bad ends for myself. Yeah. In one sense, I'm now especially glad that I'm not still holed up in the Titan's pit. So she's just like Goetia and Tiamat. Or rather, she's the other half of another beast, and still in the incomplete, immature stage of her growth. Yeah. Still, I can tell from what you've told us that she's an incredibly formidable threat. She's a beast of pleasure with power linked to the universe, who says she wants to shower all of mankind with love. Yeah. Although whether you can call what she... yeah. Love is maybe questioning it. Kiara's not here anymore because she stayed behind to help the rest of you escape. Yeah. And Director Gordolf is still Tokugawa-fied in the OOKU's innermost chamber. This seems like a good time to review the positives of this. What positives? Knowing that you were able to get Scheherazade and Matahari to rejoin the team is wonderful news. I was concerned about how that all went down since I didn't give you as detailed instructions as I had hoped to. Thanks, but I'm not sure if we've actually been much help. I certainly want to help you as much as I'm able, but I'm afraid it's taking all I've got just to stay alive. Fair. Fair enough. Anyway, at least now we know that the OOKU's inner sanctum completely belongs to Kama, though we still need to think of a way to deal with that. Right. The first thing we need to do is determine everything we can about our enemy. What is she exactly? What can she do and what can she not do? What sort of properties does she possess? It's only once we have the answers to all those questions that her weakness will become apparent, and we can plan how best to strike. Right. Why don't we start with one question in particular? Just what is the being calling herself Kama who awaits you at the bottom of the OOKU? Well, we know she's both Kama, the god of love, and Mara, the demon of desire. I've heard that beasts have multiple forms, so I'm guessing her demonic side must have resonated with Beast 3. Beasts of disaster usually need to be fought with the power of the 7 grand servants. Well, not us. Well, I mean, okay, I guess technically we did fight Tiamat with first Hassan, who was the grand assassin. And then Goetia, we had Solomon / Roman, technically. So, I mean, and then they don't even remember the Kiara fight, so it's like, well, yeah, I guess things aren't looking too good. Power of the 7 grand servants chosen by the counterforce. But since this one is still immature and she's inside the OOKU, or rather herself, yeah, no chance of a grand servant appearing to help us. The counterforce still has not recognized her as a beast. That must be why we've not yet seen so much as one grand servant. Honestly, I think it'd be way too reckless for us to fight a beast head-on by ourselves. Which is why we should fight her another way. What do you mean? We should forget that she's the beast for the moment, and look for a weakness intrinsically linked to one of her other properties. Say her weakness is Kama, her weakness is Mara, or a weakness of some other aspect of her altogether. Can you think of anything like that? She is both Tokugawa and OOKU. Oh? She said as much herself numerous times. But most importantly, she holds a pillbox containing Lord Iemitsu's soul within her body. Much as it pains me to admit this, admit it I must. When I attempted to cut her down, my sword felt as heavy as it did when Lord Gordolf spoke. Furthermore, since the OOKU's inner sanctum is the universe, and Kama is linked to the universe, that would mean that Kama is also linked to the OOKU. Excellent. The more properties we know of, the more cracks in her armor we should be able to find. It would seem that Beast 3L has a lot more going on than the other beasts we've seen to date. These must be Beast 3L's characteristics, or her nature as the beasts themselves would say. Hey, 2 heads are better than 1, right? And we've got way more than 2 heads here. That's true. That's true fact. Real. Master's right. No matter how dire things may seem, we don't have to face them alone. We've always fought as a team, and that's not about to change now. I think Kiara must have sent you all back to the surface because she believed we could come up with a plan if we all worked together. So let's prove her right. Fortunately, we managed to refine our analytical model even further while we were out of contact. All we have to do now is feed it data. Can any of you think of any hints that could help us crack this case? Anything at all will do. Now that you've told us the gist, I think we need to go over everything that's happened so far, in greater detail. Tell us everything that happened after we lost our connection, starting at the beginning. We'll throw all of that data into the calculation engine and analyze the shit out of it. Pardon my French. You're good. This is wonderfully reassuring. You truly have some excellent companions, Lady Ritsuka. I guess it's true what they say about great leaders attracting great talent. Oh, you know. Please, Tsubone, don't gotta fillet me so much. You must be a truly virtuous young lady. As your acting wet nurse, I couldn't be prouder. Pat, pat. They're all amazing, every last one of them. I only wish the same was true for Lord Iemitsu. With the exception of Lord Munenori, all he has is that traitorous Nobutsuna and this powerless wet nurse. I'm so sorry, Lord Iemitsu. But I can't dwell on that now. I still have to save him, no matter what. Keep your chin up, Fuku. That's weird. Are we still... Okay, that was weird. My in OBS chat that I have, like, randomly signed me out and signed me back in. Okay, whatever. That's probably fine. Yeah, I think it was just the OBS. Because I'm signed into YouTube on OBS, so I think it just... I don't know. You know, it signed back in like after like 3 seconds, so it's probably fine. I'm sure it's okay. I think that's everything. Understood. Thank you for telling us all of that. I just hope there's some hint hiding in that information that will help us take down Kama. Yeah, me too. Sure there is. There was one thing you found that stands out as being especially suspicious. You already found something? What is this? What is this? The Hanafuda cards. You know, the things that Kiara literally told us to keep collecting as she sent us away. You know, those things? What is this suspicious thing exactly? I imagine this was hard for all of you to notice, since you just happened to get a hold of them while you were preoccupied with other things. And especially since you found them out of order. I might not have caught it myself if I hadn't prepared the database ahead of time. I'm talking about the Inro, the pillboxes you found. Kama told you that they were the souls of great shogun from the past and future. And that she used them as anchors when she built the OOKU, right? Yep, that's what she said. Well, that doesn't add up. There's clearly something important missing. What is it? Yes. To be honest, Kasuga no Tsubone, this next part may be difficult for you to hear. Please don't mind me. All that matters now is rescuing Lord Iemitsu. I see. Alright then, I'll go ahead and say it. There's one pillbox, or rather one Shogun's soul you didn't find, even after you made your way to the OOKU's final chamber. Namely, Tokugawa Yoshinobu, the 15th and final Tokugawa Shogun. Ah. Fight? No? Yeah. Awkward. Indeed. I can scarcely imagine how I would have felt if I had learned of this when I was not yet a servant. Lady Fuku, please try to remain calm. In approximately 200 years from this age of Kane, the Tokugawa shogunate will end. Ah. I see. I was trying hard not to think about it, but I knew that every great civilization falls eventually. That was certainly true for Ashikaga and Toyotomi. Ultimately, they all ended just the same. I guess it really was too much to hope that the Tokugawa reign would be the only one to last forever. Let me just ask you this. What happens to Japan after Tokugawa is gone? I mean, how far after they're gone, or do you want to know about? Cause, yeah. Does it go back to the turbulent way it was before? And the whole country was constantly at war? If nothing else, I can say that modern day Japan is the picture of peace. Yeah. Don't worry about the 160 some odd years between when the Tokugawa ends and modern Japan. Don't worry about that period. It's fine. Well, actually, I wouldn't even say that long. Maybe more like 120 years. Is what Tokugawa ended in 1865? And I guess things got peaceful around the late 40s, so... Well, they had to do some rebuilding. So I guess maybe push that out a bit. More like... See, how long did it take Japan to rebuild? Probably... a decade? Maybe longer? I don't know. Let's say for... more like it... Let's say just 100 years. Flat 100 years. You know, around 1960s-ish, it's probably fine. Except that's when I guess the Yakuza really took hold. Which... debatable. On whether you call that peaceful. You know what? It's fine. Cause yeah, it was around the 60s, 1960s, that the Yakuza really like got a foothold, right? Or maybe even a little bit earlier, because wasn't the whole thing is they gained power because they were like the money behind a lot of rebuilding, or something like that, or like in the rebuilding in certain areas, so they had kind of a something. I see. Well, that's all right then. I can't speak for any future shogun, but I think the ones I've known would be happy with that. Lord Ieyasu, Lord Hidetada, and Lord Iemitsu alike would surely say that as long as the world's at peace, that's all that matters. That's the kind of people they are. Oh, so which daimyo takes over the shogunate after Tokugawa? None of them. The entire shogunate system of government is abolished. The right to lead Japan is returned to the emperor, and the business of governing is conducted by representatives chosen by the citizens themselves. Oh my, is that so? Well, well. Right, that's the crucial point. Tokugawa Yoshinobu abolished the Tokugawa shogunate of his own accord. Which is to say that he ended the reign of the Tokugawa, clearly setting himself apart even from the other shogun. I see. Then it does seem unlikely to be a coincidence that you haven't yet seen this pillbox anywhere. Yeah, you wouldn't want the guy who ended the shogun to, you know, be hanging around, I guess, from Kama's perspective. Because she's like, because I imagine his soul, so to speak, would probably be one giant weak point. For her, anyway. A boon for us, but... I analyzed the pillboxes you have so far, and they all possess properties indicative of that shogun's reign. So thinking logically, the last pillbox may contain the power to bring the Tokugawa to an end. Right. So if Kama's both the OOKU and Tokugawa, there's a better than good chance that this pillbox will have some sort of effect on her. This could work! A man who ended a historical period of his own will. But where could it be? Didn't you already explore the entire OOKU? It must be there. I remember we found a suspicious wall at one point. Perhaps there's something hidden behind it. You found a secret passage? Now that's how a dungeon's supposed to be. Way to go, Kama. Oh, sorry, not really the time for that, is it? No, not really. At any rate, the fact that she chose to hide whatever is behind that wall must mean that she does not want you to find it. That makes it even more likely that whatever is there might have an adverse effect on her. Okay, so it's not gonna be a secret boss for afterward, like King Protea. Okay. So our next goal is finding that this hidden pillbox, huh? Maybe this isn't so Maybe this isn't so hopeless after all. And incidentally, thanks to the inner OOKU data that was stuck to Ritsuko's mystic code, I was able to make even more precise noise cancelling and wavelength adjustments. So don't worry, we should now be able to stay in touch even at the very bottom of the OOKU. I feel safer already. Yep. I've put in coordinates for my best guesses to your destination. I'm just sorry we have to ask you to go into the OOKU again. I mean, hey, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Don't worry, it'll be much easier now that we know what we're doing. Yeah, I guess. Indeed. We now know what to expect. There's no reason to hesitate. And we may not be much help, but at least Scheherazade and I will be there with you from the beginning this time. Yes, I can't imagine I'll be able to fill Kiara's shoes, but I'll at least do my best so long as it does not put my life in danger. Are they trying to regress her? Like, bruh. I think I always knew in the back of my mind that even the Tokugawa reign would end one day. Now I just know it for certain. I understand. It's unfortunate, but that's just how the world works. And hey, look at it this way. Again, he did it of his own volition, you know? It wasn't, he was assassinated and yada yada yada. It was, although I don't know the circumstances around why he ended the shogunate. I'll be honest. I don't know if it was, pressure from the people or something, but I don't know. But still, you know, at least it wasn't a violent usurping. Still, what's going on with me? Ow. Why is it that for some reason I feel relief now. That is odd. Why are you relieved? Oh? It added even more passageways. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, I guess we better get started. Corridor behind the hanging scroll. You discover a hidden passageway behind the scroll painting. There's a room at the end of the passageway. Maybe there's treasure? Nope, but there is Hanafuda cards. And by Jove, we'll take it. We'll take it. Alright, we're gonna have to try and speed run these. The moment you touch the treasure chest, a monster pops out. Oh. No treasure? No maidens? Is a shame. Rebellion, Oh boy, tarnished god. Well, we all know the program by now. Wipe the floor with them. Demon King. Alright, two left. And they're just wimpy wyverns. Look at these. Look at these dudes. You shilly billies. What do you think you're doing? Nice spin kick? Or wheel kick? I don't know what you call that. Good work either way. Alright, give me that card. Give me them toes. Alright, boom. Behind the wall. You knock on a part of the wall with unnatural coloring, and the wall springs up to reveal a hidden passageway. The corridor is very long, and it seems to continue a great distance. You discover something that looks like a needle. Let's take it. And we get poison needles. You know. I guess that's fine. I can probably make use of that for somebody. There are tons of holes in the floor. It's like something dug them up. It's probably not a good sign for us, but hey, you know. There are tons of holes in the wall, too. Could these holes be a burrow? Probably. More than likely. You sense something living inside the holes. Let's pass through quickly. The mole room. Yeah. Tamamo. Tamamo no mai. The room was a nest of lizards. Oh, not moles. Shaking my head. I was promised moles. How could they lie to me? That's so fucked up.
よいぞよいぞ是非に及ばず人滅はよいぞよいぞほう望みを声にせよ
Oh man, I was not expecting them to add multiple new side paths. So it might take longer than I'd hoped. But hey, it's fine. They don't take super long to get through. It just is a lot of them, which might cause a problem because I have to be done by 2, so I have 2 more hours. So that's not good. I mean, I could see, technically I could skip these, right? It just collecting all of the cards would make it easier, like the final fight. But you discover a hidden pathway after moving the folding screen. Mosquito room. No, not the mosquitoes. Not the mosquitoes. No one likes mosquitoes. This room is full of pesky insects. Speaking of pesky insects, crane flies have been getting into my office at like the later hours of the day. And it's been annoying. I hate them. They don't do anything. It's really annoying when they like fly around you and land on you. Like, bro, leave me alone. God darn crane flies. They're really disconcerting if they're like weirdly long bodies that serve literally no purpose. They don't sting, they don't bite, they don't even have mouths. Crane flies just... adult crane flies don't eat. They like die after like 3 days or 2 days, and it's like, bruh, why do you exist? What is the meaning of your existence? I'm hoping Nobubu can kill the swan. Nice.
埋葬の花をくべ貴様の旅路の手向けとしよう。
Alright, final one of this floor, corridor behind the Fusuma. You pushed the wall and it spun around to reveal a hidden passageway. Cool. There are scorch marks on the floor. What burned here? Oh, I know what we're fighting. It's one of those Ifrits. A strong burning odor fills the area, and it's suffocating. At least that's what I assume. I assume it's one of the fire spirits. The door's caved in, and you can see something huge inside. Dragon Joe Dragon Disney. Oh boy. Sure, Koyanskia. Go. Ike. The room was a dragon's nest. Because of course it was. It wouldn't be fate without a dragon. Little does this game know, we have our own dragon.
天魔降臨織田信長がまかりゆく
これぞ獣の象徴はち切れそうでしょ
Let's just
この我が視界ごよいぞよいぞ
望みを声にせよ
I should probably just straight up kill it. Didn't even need anyone else.
次の戦場に案内してくださいまだまだ打ち足りません
Oh, Draco. Why are you so overpowered? Why are you so goated with the sauce? Reverse Dragon Scale ×5. I will take that every day of the week. Alright. Level 1 clear. Now level 2. Sitting room that looks like walls. He's walling? What looked like a wall up front turned out to be a room when you got close to it. You know, as they do. Walls turn into rooms all the time. The room was adorned with cherry decorations, or cheery decorations. Not cherry. Cheery. Manual setup. Keep it as is. A westernized spirit was holding a banquet. Oh. Sorry for intruding on your lovely banquet. That's my bad, I guess. How incredibly rude of me. Okay.
この我が視界ごと飲み干してくれよかろう我の神仏をその身に刻むがよい我が行くは神仏主情が無人のカバネ波順返上三千大戦天王
ここでまっすぐそれだけか
Not what I was expecting. Okay. Well.
望みを声にせよ世の行く手は阻めぬ
Yeah, I feel bad. They seem to be having a right good time. They were all dressed up and everything. And I intruded upon their happy times. What a monster we are. Truly monstrous. Ah, well. The bumper crop sitting room. Oh. You find a hidden room behind a pile of straw up against the wall. Oh. Pastor, eh? You enter the room and a scarecrow attacks. It seems not even scarecrows fought on their own. Yeah, I guess not. You know what? I'll do as many of these side passages as I can for the next 25 minutes, so at half past. But then after that, I'll probably switch to just doing the main story, because I don't, like that, I have to be done by 2. So I don't have a ton of time to play around with this. Come on, Nobu.
破順返上権限せよ三千大戦天魔
You're my hard carry here. Oh. Well, you know, I thought... Oh, cool. Okay, he still died. Good. Good job, Nobu. I was afraid we wouldn't clear it that turn. Had me on the edge of my seat. Pumpkin patterned sitting room. What looked like a pumpkin patterned wall was actually a real pumpkin. No weighing. That's crazy. Pumpkins are lying about the room. Pumpkins are stacked up high like a tower. That seems dangerous. The Leaning Tower of Pumpisa. Some free bones. Pumpkins are neatly lined up. It's like a pumpkin patch. I don't trust it. It's gonna extend, right? Yeah. Of course it is. This pumpkin has eyes and a mouth carved into it. These are for Halloween. Yeah. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Oh, Lancer, Archer, Saber, eh? Yeah, Nero Claudius. I'm down for some Nero. Even though I already have some Nero here, technically, but... You know. Other Nero. Second Nero, one could say. Like second breakfast. Because you eat him out twice. I mean, what? Huh? The pumpkin starts to move and attacks. Too bad it's not the dragon girl. I'm assuming that's referring to Halloween Liz. Because Halloween Liz is a... Well, I should say, I guess, Caster Halloween Liz, because they're all Halloween. Because she has the whole pumpkin thing going on with her caster form. Okay, let's do... Oh, you're an archer. That complicates things a wee bit. But no matter. You'll be handled quite thoroughly.
望みを声にせ。
ロササンディスメッセイ
Crit, crit, crit. Don't give me the 10% shot. Okay.
ルクスリ
Wait, didn't get.
アそれだけか
You son of a bitch. There, you get extreme overkill for not dying. That's your reward for not dying to Draco. Is even harder dying. Shaking my head, should have just died the first time. You wouldn't have had to deal with the increased pain and suffering. But no, you chose poorly. You chose to resist. The iron door sitting room. What looked like an iron boulder was a door, and it was lighter than it appeared. The room is full of metal toys. Seems slightly dangerous. It looks like there are mechanical toys too, and one moved when you wound it up. Manuel. The moving toy attacked. Rude. How bloody rude. What did we ever do? Aside from, break and enter into this room that we probably shouldn't be in, but Other than that, what did we do? Nothing, I say. Nothing. Okay, nice recolor. Alright. That should do quite nicely. Take him out back. Take him to the glue factory. Oh, you poor thing. What do you think you're gonna do here? What was the plan, buddy? What was the plan? I mean, that was pathetic. That was just not a good idea from you. I won't lie. But what do you expect from skeletons? Not much, I say. Not much. The Aurora room. You know what? I kind of want to skip. I'm gonna skip level 3. I just no. We have time to do a couple more. I want to do the ones on level 5, actually. The Locking Eyes corridor. Something seems to be peeking through the Fusuma's hole. Nothing good, it would seem. Never trust anything that peeps through tiny holes. It's always a trap. It's a tarp. No peeking! Ah, my bad, I peeked. Whoops. That's all me. I'll own that. We did that. We peeped. We're a peeping Tom, I guess. I suppose if that's the label you want to put on it. Alright, Assassin of Paraiso, whatever her name was. That is her, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she.
破順返上三千大戦天魔
Yeah, that's a different ascension than I think she used in Shimusa. It threw me off for a second. I was like, all AP restored. Alright, the bashful corridor. Cute, giggling laughter can be heard. Oh? Are we in for a treat in here? It would say, ooh, crystallized lore, eh? Just have to deal with a saber and a rider? Oh, I think we can do that. I think we can handle that. The ghost of a little girl is playing in the corner of the narrow corridor. Oh. I feel like that should... It's... Oh, we're gonna be... No, no, we can't be. I was gonna say, for a second I forgot there was no casters. So I thought it'd be like a shadow servant of nursery rhyme. But then I was like, no, that wouldn't make sense. Because again, there's no caster. Oh boy. 218k, huh? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Leave Nobu alone. What Nobu ever do to you? Now that I'm looking at what I have, maybe I shouldn't have. I mean, those last multiple turns. Okay, no, we'll do this. We'll have Chloe. Give an absolute ass whooping. And then we'll pop our ult. Or not, cause fucking invincible. And it's the whole turn one. Okay, we'll target this. Get this guy then. Whatever. Let's just get him weak. Okay, let's do this tactically. Let's... So weaken you first, then this. Crit would have been nice, but okay. Oh, I was kind of banking on Draco critting with that first buster because I had 60%. But, you know, that's aight. We'll make it work. you know. Could have ended worse, I suppose. Got free crystallized lore out of it, so, you know, can't be too mad. Alright, you know, just so I'm not... Let's turn a little bit of that into a fruit. So that we can get the recovery going. Night Blooming Sirius Room. Or Carius, maybe. A lantern that shines like the moon is placed in the center of the room. Oh? Go on. Oh. We're getting jumped. A foreigner? Okay. I guess we'll keep our team as is. The shadow cast by the lantern starts to move. I don't know how many foreigners were in the game when this event came out, so we'll see who it is. Probably Heroine XX? Maybe? Oh, it's painter lady. What was her name? I'm blanking. I'm floundering. Who are you? I don't remember your name. I'm sorry. Hokusai, there we go. I've completely forgot her name somehow. I don't know how. I don't know why. But I did. Actually, wait, no, what am I doing? This should just destroy them, realistically. Oh yeah. And that was just an ass beating. Absolute destruction there, that is. Yeah, I know, I just couldn't think of the name of the artist. I was like, what was your name again? Like, I was literally picturing it in my head. I was like, I like know who you are and what you do, I just don't remember your name. I'm bad with names. A large round silhouette is behind the paper screen door. I think I told the story before, but I may as well tell it again since it's kind of relevant. In what was it? First year of high school? I think it was first year of high school. During like the opening day, like orientation and whatnot, I met up with a guy who I wasn't really like friends with him in middle school, but like we were both friends of another person, so we were kind of acquainted. And I hung out with him like the whole day of the first day of high school, and I did not know his name until like the end of the day when a teacher asked him his name and he said it. I was like, oh, right, that was his name. It was yeah, no, names are not my strong suit. I'll remember a person and things they do, but the names escape me sometimes. I was like, what was your name? The walls have ears. Oh. here. Like literally or like figuratively? Like what do you mean? Probably literally. And let's be real here. Okay, both Okitas. There we go. Alright, well. I mean, this will probably just straight up murder all of them. Probably. Alright, we'll finish out level 5 and then we'll go continue the main story. Because, yeah, I don't have enough time to do floors 3 and 4, I don't think. So many shiny rows of pumpkins. The lustrous room. Yeah, with that assortment of servants, Berserker's probably the best bet. Azaka. Don't be hiding inside the pumpkins. Come on out. They were hiding inside the pumpkins. They do be pumpkin hiders. Alright. Cha-Cha and Nobu. Wow, isn't this funny? Look, Nobu, it's you! The weaker, wimpier you. The you who deserves no mercy. Crush her soul. She's only your weakness. Good job. Even though you didn't, you're not the one who did it, but you know, you witnessed it. Witnessed your own demise. Alright. Back to level 4. And yeah, I assume these will stay around even after I clear the main story, so I'll probably go back and do these another time, probably. I just don't have time right now. Act 9, the final Tokugawa. It's being guarded by riders, eh? You know what, Matahari? Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Uh-huh. So this is what you were talking about. You weren't kidding when you said it looked suspicious. And I don't know why we'd be kidding about that. So now what do we do? Are you gonna cut it down? No, I cannot do that without risking dire consequence. This OOKU is built out of people from Edo Castle in Chaldea, is it not? Correct, but I'm pretty sure they were atomized or broken down into the smallest possible components before being used to construct this place. So what you're saying is they should be fine? they weren't physically bonded together or anything like that. So it's not as though you'll kill whoever was used to make that wall if you cut it down. You sure? Then that is what I will do. He wasted not a second after deciding to act. Yeah. Did it work? I'm afraid it doesn't look like anything's changed. Maybe there's not even a wall there, and it's only an illusion. But that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your technique, Yagyu. It just proves that this wall's been treated with some kind of special seal. How dispiriting. My skills must have atrophied considerably since I was alive, if I can no longer cut through dark arts of this ilk. Huh? Okay, let me see. So that works like this, and this goes like... Wait, what is this? What? Are you worried? Don't be. Whoops. Mash and I have been brimming with nervous energies ever since we lost our connection earlier. At this point, there's nothing we cannot handle. There's definitely something different about this place compared to the others. It's almost like a giant keep out sign. But after scanning it thoroughly, I can see that it has a small hole. A hole with a very specific function, namely a keyhole. Really? I can't see anything like that. That's because it's a conceptual / magecraft hole that's been hidden very cunningly. I'm sure it's impossible to find with the naked eye. It looks like this keyhole is designed to accommodate a long, thin catalyst, like a card. And of course, that card would have to possess energy capable of interfacing with this OOKU. So... this might not make much difference, but you're talking about those Hanafuda cards, right? Right. One card alone will surely not be enough. But as you insert more and more of them, I think their energy will be directly converted into an unsealing program. Okay, so what's the minimum we need? I see. Then I'm glad we took Kiara's advice and collected them. I still wonder what these Hanafuda cards are, though. Agreed. We've been investigating numerous hypotheses on our end, too. But we haven't found anything conclusive yet. They've been a big help to us so far, so I don't think they're malicious, but... Unlike the pillboxes, they don't seem as though they ever served any purpose. All we know for certain is that they contain pure energy with properties identical to the OOKU. It's almost as though they exist solely to counteract it. At this point, I'm just glad to hear we can use them to break the seal and keep moving forward. Now let's go. I assume if we were able to go into this node, we had enough. Yeah, okay. I figured. Well, this place is clearly nothing like the others. Is there even a minimum? Or would it have worked if we just had, like, the one we get through the main story? Or, actually, how many do we get in the main story? I think it's just the one that introduces them. And then all the others are down side paths, I'm pretty sure. I'll say, it looks like some kind of foundation. It kind of reminds me of the backstage area at a theater. Since it obviously isn't meant to be seen by guests. Now then, what do you see over there? Everyone check out that large pillar thing in the middle. Do you see that hollowed out section? Yeah. Oh, hi. It's huge. And that's what she said. Look, this terminal has assimilated itself into the pillar. It cannot move far from that spot. Hi there, Miss Attendant. I don't suppose you're the Shogun we're looking for, are you? Oh, kinda. Guess my skills weren't enough to let us talk to it. So that would mean... It's a bit heavy-handed, but I believe we have no choice but to defeat it. If this attendant's like all the others who are carrying pillboxes that you've defeated, then she must be an anchor that Kama no longer has a use for. I don't think attacking her or removing her from the pillar will have any effect on the OOKU itself. It would have been a lucky break for us if we could damage the OOKU by fighting her, but never mind that. Our goal right now is to acquire Lord Yoshinobu's pillbox. If you have to take her out to get it, then do so. I hear you loud and clear, ma'am. We'll handle her quite forthright. With haste. You go. Charm? Oh wait, right, charm won't work. Hers is male only. Right. Bum bum ba dum bum bum be dum ba dum ba dum bum dum boo boo doo doo boo doo doo doo. Doo 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 doo. Doo 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 doo. Doo doo da da dee doo doo. Yeah. Matahari. Why? Just why? This won't kill, but should get it down to like 30k, or not 30k. It will do 30k, probably, or not even. I was like 26 or 40. Never mind. Okay, I don't know if I'll fuck me, I guess. Frick. There we go. That was probably easier than it should be, but you know, Draco Goba, or whatever the kids say. Whatever it is. Noish. Our Inro. Battle is over. I can confirm that the enemy has dropped a pillbox. Yeah, I know, we see it. It's right there. That's weird. Why can't I hear anything from this one? I don't know. Well, what's it say? Yoshinobu. This would indeed seem to be the one we're after. Not so fast. We still haven't verified yet if we're on the right track. I'll go ahead and scan it now. Scanning. No signs of mental corruption, no spiritual traps. It would appear to be safe. Oh yeah, appear. That said... Something wrong? As a mage from the Atlas Institute, I'm ashamed to say this, but there's still a lot I don't know about this Tokugawafication. The fact is, it's a completely new concept, so we still don't have an accurate way of measuring it. So I cannot deny that there's a possibility that these Shogun pillboxes may induce unforeseen side effects. According to Kama, Tokugawafication is due to the corruption that occurs as a result of making one's way through this labyrinth. That doesn't necessarily mean that's the only way it can happen. To be clear, I'm not saying this to worry you. Okay. I just thought I should let you know that I cannot absolutely guarantee that this pillbox is safe. If this is our only way of fighting back, we have to take that chance. Yes, you're right. In the end, this is our only option. I do get the sense that our choices have been narrowed down artificially, but still, the OOKU is the enemy's territory, or rather, the enemy herself. It only makes sense that the odds would be stacked against us. We'll just have to focus on doing what we can at this point in time. So on that note, let's go ahead and add this new pillbox to your Mystic Code. And don't worry, this will not harm the soul of the Shogun inside, just like it didn't hurt the other souls. I'm still a little bit worried that, we didn't hear a memory, but... I'm picking up a new and unusual wavelength. It has the opposite Magecraft phase of the wavelength we saw when you were delving into the OOKU. Good. That means it has anti-Tokugawa properties. If we tweak it a little more, we might be able to make it more potent and convert it into a spell you can wear. Think of it as a kind of anti-Tokugawa coating. That's perfect. This is exactly what we've been looking for. This will make our deaths much less likely. Thank goodness. Yeah. This is good news, yes. But there's one thing missing that would have made it even better. An ability to completely rid Ritsuka of her existing Tokugawification. You mean it can't do that? No. Why would it be that easy? Unfortunately not. I still don't have nearly enough time or data to analyze it thoroughly. All we can really do with that pillbox at this point is reuse what is inside it for our own purposes. And since it's better suited for outward-facing uses, I think that using it defensively... Namely, a barrier that can keep Kama from exerting her influence any further is our best bet. Think of it as a way to stop her from flipping the switch that makes things worse. Oh, and I think we should also be able to condense it into a projectile attack, like Gander. Oh. Hopefully it'll be enough to give us an edge. Yeah, hopefully. You do not care for this plan, Lady Fuku. Well, I can't truthfully say. I don't have concerns about it. As I've said many times by now, rescuing Lord Iemitsu comes first. This is the only way to do so, and I'll happily go along with it. Now, as your acting wet nurse, I have a question for you children, and I want you to answer it honestly. Uh-huh. Will this let us win? No promises? I can't give you any guarantees. All I can say for sure is that this gives us a fighting chance. I've analyzed every means of fighting back that we have at our disposal, and I'd say we have a 50% chance of winning. Maybe less. I see. Thank you for telling me the truth, Lady Mash. You're welcome? I may have let Lady Parr handle the fighting, but I still saw what you're up against myself. I know that this enemy poses an unimaginably dire threat. You're all clearly aware that you could die if you faced her again, yet you're still determined to go back. I know that you all have your reasons for doing so, but I cannot let you risk your lives on a 1,000,000 to 1 chance. I cannot just stand back and let people as young as you throw your lives away. So as your acting wet nurse who's led you this far, please, don't make this choice lightly. Yes, Mother. We do have a chance of victory. Of that much I'm certain now that we've acquired the Sinrao. So long as there's such a chance, we will not fail to seize it. And so there can be no chance of defeat for us. I was careless in our earlier battle, and the enemy took me by surprise. But this time, Master will be ready to fight. And if she is willing to fight, I would dishonor everything Bushido stands for if I did not ensure her victory. As such, I will not lose. Period. Well, I'm convinced. That's right. Master will not be fighting alone, as her servants will be right there by her side. When Master gains a new ability, it does not necessarily follow that we only gain one ability ourselves in turn. We could gain 10 new abilities, or even 100. That is why we are here. That is why we are here. That is our purpose. What she said. No matter how much we might seem to be outmatched, we never go into a fight thinking we're going to lose. So I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah. I see. Well, if you're sure you're going to win, then I guess I was worried for nothing. All that aside, Lord Munenori. I've only known you as Lord Iemitsu's instructor in warfare. I've never seen you fight a real battle before. I suppose that mindset is shared by everyone who truly masters the sword as you have. It was like listening to a child and a Zen dialogue all at once. I couldn't help but laugh a bit. I see. All that aside, I'm so sorry to have rained on your parade. I guess I've become something of a worrywart in my old age. It's alright, Sabone. I understand how you feel. You were only worried about us because you're so kind. But it's okay. You really don't have anything to worry about. I can also vouch for us all having every intention of winning this fight. After all, this anti-Tokugawa power isn't the only thing different we have going for us now. We also have Shio and Mash and our invaluable information. Right. Alright. We'll do our best to make sure you walk into that sanctum ready for anything. So don't worry. I'm positive your next attempt will turn out differently. What she said. Alright, it's almost time for the final battle. Let's do this thing. Oh, we're coming for you, Kama. Or Mara, or Beast 3, whatever you want to be called. Acquired 15th Shogun Tokugawa Yoshinobu's Inro. And that'll have no negative repercussions. I'm sure. Here we go. OOKU Part 1. Wait. Act 10 Part 1. Oh boy. Well, no time to waste. Best to get into it. This might take a hot second. Hang on. Give me a... I guess... Yeah. Double Draco and no boo. Bazet. Let's not take any risks here. Let's play this safe. Oh, come on. Hey guys, welcome back. It sure took you long enough. Did you finally come to your senses? You must have realized by now that no one will ever love you more than I will. Even if I do it grudgingly. So that's Beast 3. Even over the transmission, I can see her incredibly malevolent aura. It looks like the adjustments I made are keeping our connection intact. I knew I could pull it off. So the one servant of yours who had any chance of defeating me is now dead. And your two little buddies are all the backup you brought? And here I didn't think you had a sense of humor. Or did you genuinely realize how wonderful my love is and you're all here to give up and experience bliss and eternal depravity? Neither! We're here to defeat you! And we're not leaving until you've given back everyone you took. Only two of us, you said? Now that is funny. Have you really failed to realize that we're not the only new arrivals here? The fact that we're here now means that all of our cumulative knowledge leading up to this moment, the knowledge that makes us who we are, has grown as well. Our technology, our knowledge, encompasses everything the Atlas Institute has amassed over thousands of years. Now we're going to turn that knowledge into primordial fire and use it to drive off a beast. Pizzica! Special Mystic Code activate. What is that? That is anti-Tokugawa Magecraft protection. A disconfirmation field that negates Tokugawafication. You shouldn't be able to attack her mind now. And since we designed it to focus its protection outwards, it should also help diminish the constraints Yagu is experiencing. I am in your debt. Oh, I see. So you found that thing and decided to try using it for yourselves, huh? It was a trap, wasn't it? Huh? Wow, you guys must really hate me and my love, huh? A bit too hot for you to handle, huh? I can handle it! I mean, what? I mean, yeah. Fine, I get it. It's not like I'm new to the whole being hated thing. But you know what? It doesn't matter how you feel about me. Your brave efforts to fight back, your hatred for me, I'll love it all just the same. I am the beast of pleasure. I consume everything with my love. That includes your animosity for me, your will to fight back, and your fear. My fire born of love and lust is strong enough to envelop the entire universe. Now it's going to melt your hearts, and soon, the rest of you. He's 3L, aka Kama, aka Mara, is preparing to attack. The anti-Tokugawa field is holding steady, and your anti-Tokugawa bullet spells are locked and loaded. We have to defeat this beast of disaster if we're going to get everyone back, Master. Good luck. I'm counting on you. We're all walking out of here. Together. Yeah, Ritsuka. For sure. Absolutely. Hopefully. But, you know, there's a chance we won't. But we won't think about that slim chance. It's fine. Eternal satisfaction. Oh, that's great. If I'd known about that little ability, I would have switched the craft essence I had on. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. Not yet. I'm gonna need that decreased charge, so I'll wait till she gets up there a bit. Defense down. Fine. Ow. That hurts, you know. Not doing okay. Well, we got a crit at least. Or not doing as much as I was hoping we would. Alright, well. You could focus all your attacks on the Dracos? That'd be great, and you seem to be, so... Frick you! Oh my goodness. Alright, well. That's a problem.
了解。
望みを超え
Just a wee bit.
我が舌を喜ばせろ
Crit. Nice. Crit.
ロササングイス
Nice. Crit again. Nice.
愛の神らしいでしょトリシュナーがとろけゆくトリシュナーがとろけゆく
I assume the fight ends at breaking a break bar.
よかろう
了解。
I'm hoping.
ロササングイス
暗殺エアツイングズ。フィニッシュ。
魔王っぽくいきましょうか
Oh.
愛の神らしいでしょこれが私という獣の 温かくも柔らかな牙出立せよ堕落の炎この姿で破れるとは短歴してください聞かぬ
But okay, We have a little bit of a problem.
いただきます。ごちそうさま。
Only oh wait, I can't stack it, can I? Fuck. I'm pretty sure I can't.
決着の時だ。
Did it overwrite it? No. Shiitake. That's real not good.
後より了解。どうします。
Well,
逆光剣。ワンツー。取った。
愛の神
that evade kind of fucked me.
私の愛に限りはないフラガラック短歴してください浅い
Guts.
切り札をこちらが
And it activates two guts. Thankfully.
どうし了解。ふん。ああ。せい。取った。
That's it, you absolute goat.
魔王っぽくいきましょうか魔王っぽくいきましょうか真の堕落を知るでしょうどんどん甘えて浅い
Or not. I'm not even gonna bother using Fragrak. She'll die from one hit, so. Okay.
Yo, のぞ我が舌を喜ばせろ世の行く手が阻めぬスペルディアワリティア格の違いを見せてやろう浅い
Okay, not in a horrible
限りは浅い
spot.
私の愛に限りはない満たしてあげます聞かぬ望みを声にせよロササングイススペルディアワリイラグラ
Alright.
それロッカー
Draco still has the guts, so we'll be okay. Oh, in the fight?
次の皿をここに まだまだ食べ足りぬぞ。
That was easy. Yeah, no, I'd have played that a little bit differently if I'd known about the instant and P gauge loss. Master, look, I think Kama's horns are starting to crack. Oh. It must mean our attacks are working on her. Keep it up, we're almost there. With the way she was going, foo foo foo. I'm not so sure about that either, Shion. I'm not too sure about that either. Is that really? Kama, I know I'm partly to blame for what happened to you. But that doesn't mean I can just stand back and let you become a beast of disaster. This ends now. Ah, you're all just so stupid. Adorable. Oh? You're so laughably pathetic and impertinent that it's infuriating. You really believe you can beat me, don't you? Huh. I really wish this was a case of sour grapes on her part, but I don't think it is. Yeah, me think she's been holding back a little bit. I'm afraid I must inform you that this is not working as well as I'd expected. The anti-Tokugawa effects are working, yes, but this current situation is not at all what I planned for. There is still something we're missing, some final secret we cannot yet see. Look at you, simple-minded optimists, jumping for joy about one little way to fight back. How annoyingly adorable. Since I love you all so much, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I knew you were going to find the last shogun and his Tokugawa ending power. I planned for it from the beginning. Seriously, if I really considered it a threat, don't you think I would have done a better job of hiding it? I wanted you to find it, yeah, I kind of thought so. That's right. That thing you thought was the key to turning the tables on me is all part of my love. You might ask, but Kama, why would you do something like that? Isn't it obvious? Because there's nothing so delicious to me as the moment someone hits true rock bottom. Fair, yeah. I guess we would be even worse off after finding out our trump card, so to speak, didn't work. After all, there's no way to go from there but up, right? It makes loving you worth so much more. So please keep going down. I mean, if you insist, I mean... What? Don't stop at misfortune and unhappiness. Keep going all the way past despair. And hey, Parvati. You know how you can't use your spirit origin as freely as normal thanks to rescuing that human? And how you had to borrow that spear from Shiva just to have some way of fighting? Well, I have a special present for you. I'm going to make your spirit origin even harder to use. What are you talking about? Think about it. Why do you suppose I chose to use Tokugawa in the OOKU? Sure, I said before that any harem would have worked, and the OOKU just happened to catch my eye. But why exactly do you think that is? We have no interest in anything you have to say. Die. Ooh, close one. Now, I think you'll want to hear this. It concerns one of your friends, after all. After the scales tipped to the right, and the recoil gave me what I needed to manifest as the beast of the left, I searched all of humanity for just the right place and people. A place that would let me drag Ritsuka into depravity. And emerge as a complete, fully mature left, the antithesis of the incomplete right. That was when I sensed it. The fixation of a certain woman on the verge of death. It was a shriek of love loud enough for me to sense it, and powerful enough to drive a stake into the whole world. Tsubone? This woman spent the entirety of her tumultuous life dedicated to loving one single thing. All she wanted was for it to continue on properly, to grow up as it should. Then after she had fallen ill, in the last moments of her love-filled life, she struggled like all humans do. She struggled with the idea that the life that so contented her was about to end. Why now, she thought, it's not enough. I can't die yet. I'm still worried about what might happen. I still have so much love left to give to Tokugawa. You don't mean... I am the god of love and the beast of lust. I chose that fixation because it was just so comfortable for me. It even came with a harem, perfect for trapping people in depravity. Now do you get it? Tsubone's the reason you're here? It was your fixation that brought me here, Kasuga no Tsubone. Okay. I mean, that makes sense and all, but how will that affect Parvati's ability to use it? The spirit origin, that is, because maybe Tsubone will be so mentally handicapped by it that it'll affect Parvati? It was your fixation that brought me here, Kasuga no Tsubone. How does it feel, knowing that you brought this upon your beloved Tokugawa yourself? I did this? This is all my fault? Hang in there, Tsubone. You're only a soul right now. If you let the shock get to you. Right, I should have known. No goddess of grace like you could bring herself to leave that dead weight behind, now that you've already rescued her once. But I'm the only one who really loves her, which means I'm the only one who can actually save her. You probably don't remember this, Kasuga no Tsubone, but I showed you a lovely dream when we first met. A dream where you got to love the Tokugawa forever and ever, just like you always wanted. A dream where you get to keep raising and spoiling every shogun, just like you did with Iemitsu. Those weren't Kama's whispers. Oh no. Those whispers I heard were actually those auditory hallucinations you said you had whenever you got one of those pillboxes. I suppose this means there were still some residual thoughts in them left over from Kama's actions. Probably. I did use them to help me collect material to build the OOKU after all. They were the anchors I used to extend my reach into the Tokugawa's past and future. And it was easier to get to them via someone with strong ties to the Tokugawa, namely Kasuga no Tsubone, than it was to mess with them directly. What have I done? Calm yourself, Lady Fuku. Whatever happened in the past does not matter now. All we need to do now is focus on the enemy before us. That's right. Who cares about the past? Sure, you'll never be able to make up for the fact that you're personally responsible for your beloved Tokugawa's downfall. But don't worry. I'll still love you. That goes for all of you too. Every nearby Tokugawa, every human in the world, every living thing in the world. I'll love each and every one of them in your place. Now I understand. I heard you mention this before, but I think it all finally clicked. You mean to take all the love people naturally have and wipe it out of existence? Right. A world where people are given unlimited love is a world where the concept of loving one another ceases to have any meaning. It would be a nightmare. That's why we're here. Make sure that doesn't come to pass. Even if Parvati can no longer fight, we're not going to give up until... Actually, you don't have a choice. Oh. Deep down, you don't really think I can drive every human in existence to depravity, do you? Well, I can. I'm the universe. Consuming everything with my fiery arrows of depravity is pretty much my whole deal. R was a hole that wanted to be the center of the universe, but as L, I'm going to be everything but the center. It's really not exaggeration. In this space right here, it's me too. That's being proven as we speak. Did you not notice? It's like I told you. I expected you to use the last Shogun's power. I wanted you to find it. Maybe you should take a step back and think about what that really means. What's it mean? Oh no. Yeah, it was a trap. My name is... Master? Oh, please snap out of it, Master. She's undergoing Tokugawafication again? How? I keep trying to explain, but you morons just can't seem to get it. This OOKU only uses the 5 precepts because they happen to fit it well. They aren't my true temptations. It isn't enough to just avoid them. It isn't enough to simply resist them. All that matters with my temptations is whether or not you succumb to the depravity I prepared. You may have managed to make it back to the surface and evade their effects for a while, but you weren't able to cut them off at their source. We know that Shogun Yoshinobu's pillbox has anti-Tokugawa effects, so why isn't it warding off this attack? All that's doing for you is making it so Ritsuka has both positive and negative forces meddling with her mind at once. So it's really just a matter of which side can crank the output higher. So this anti-Tokugawa barrier thing you whipped up isn't nearly enough to help, given how far into depravity she's already fallen. In fact, you've all succumbed, haven't you? You've succumbed to the power of each shogun, without ever thinking about why it was left for you to find. And you've succumbed to the power of the final shogun I hid behind a seal that required you to collect those Hanafuda cards. The one that looks for all the world like a secret weapon. Oops. I noticed you still didn't have the last pillbox when the topic of them came up last time. So I made up some excuse about how I decided to just repurpose them. But actually, I wanted you to gather them. I wanted you to use them of your own volition. I put them there expressly to help make your journey easier. You are already falling further and further into depravity, Ritsuka. Now that you've used the last Shogun's power, you've fallen even further. The whole concept of the Shogun represents everything Tokugawa stands for. So now that you've used every Tokugawa as your personal toy, you've fallen that much deeper into depravity. And since only a fellow Tokugawa could toy with the supreme authority that the Tokugawa family holds, you must be a Tokugawa yourself. Which means there's no possible way you can escape being swallowed up by my OOKU. And I won't lie, she got us. Hook, line, and sinker. Soon your transformation will be complete. And when it is, you'll be just what I need to become a fully mature beast. Then, the very act of using these pillboxes was itself a temptation to depravity? This is terrible. I knew those pillboxes were black box tech, but I ignored those concerns because we had no choice but to rely on them. And now it turns out they came with the most dangerous malware I could have possibly imagined. You lost the moment you failed to comprehend the true scope of what I'm doing here. You lost when you failed to consider you might be facing a beast, and that you might be playing into her hands right from the start. You never had a chance of winning without a good way to fully grasp what you were up against. If you had had the presence of mind to stop for a moment and suss out whether you might be up against the beast, you probably would have seen your Tokugawa gauge shoot up the moment you first entered the OOKU. Oh. So... Ooh, okay. That's what that is. Oh yes, it's about time for the next phase. Thanks to how depraved you've become, Ritsuka, taking one little bite from you is all I needed to evolve. You managed to stop Beast 3R's transformation, which makes you our greatest enemy. Now that I've corrupted you, I've turned you into my greatest ally. Light? Was that light that just came out from beneath Kama's cracked horns? She's digivolving. Oh! They really need to give us these as costumes, man. Both the horned version and this look so fucking sick. The fact that they're enemy NPC locked is actually a crime. Like, oh, dude. This is actually criminal. You see, this is the next stage of my growth. This form proves that I've become even more deeply linked to the space in this chamber. What the? The beast's magical energy output's grown even more. This can't be happening. Honestly, I don't think you all can afford to worry about fighting back anymore. The only reason you're even able to stand there right now is because I'm letting you. If I decided rather you all just experienced zero gravity instead, it's as easy as this. Oh. Oh. What the? Nani? I'm still giving you oxygen out of the goodness of my heart. For now. It's all conceptual anyway. Besides, I want to love you all with my words too. And I can't very well do that with no oxygen now, can I? I guess not. At least we servants can still hold on to our balance, since this isn't too different from using our spirit forms. But now Master's dealing with this and the Tokugawification attacks on her mind. I feel sick. Chin of the lamp. Please hold on to Master for now. Still, with Master like this, I don't see any way we can possibly fight back. How many times do I have to say it? I am the universe, and you're already inside me. If you still don't get what that means, how about I show you what those far-off lights you've been seeing all this time really are? Now that you mention it, did those stars change color? Stars? Come on, you could at least try to remember. You've already seen them before. Who was it that loved you all on the OOKU's final floor? Me, right? Oh. Is every single one of those a comma? Oh. Gulp. Huh? Wait. These readings. I mean, I considered this as a possible explanation based on what you told us, but... Shion, are you sure the sensors aren't malfunctioning? They're probably fine. hang on. I'm bringing up the snipping tool. Let me hang on. It's gonna get wonky for you guys for a second, but let's see. Mode, window, screenshot, save as, comma, universe. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to get that screenshotted for a moment because that is fucking sick. There are more high-res versions than that? Oh. I'll look for them later. Just for now, I wanted to get that. Because, god damn. You know? Maybe letting her fill the universe with her love, or replacing normal love with her love isn't so bad. You know? Maybe that's the right thing to do. Maybe we should let her go on with her plans. These two are getting all touchy. It is exactly what it looks like. This beast is not a single organism. It's a colony. They're not clones, and she's not dividing herself either. They're all her. They're all beasts. Of course. I have enough identical me's here to fill up the entire universe. After all, how else could I love every single human in existence? Yeah, fair point. Yeah. If someone wants to be loved daintily, a dainty me will love them. If someone wants to be loved roughly, a rough me will love them. You could say this is yet another way I differ from my other half. Where she wanted to ultimately concentrate only one type of love in herself. I embody love in all its infinite permutations. Oh no. Between the lack of gravity and the countless number of commas, I can feel even my senses being completely overwhelmed. I think just staying in this space for too long may destroy my mind. In a good way? Like, I wouldn't mind getting mind broken by comma. I mean, what? My head is starting to hurt. Yeah. Humans can't survive in space. They're just not made for it. That's why you can't hope to defeat a beast who is the universe. That's just a simple application of logic. Save humanity or custom-made comma. Tough choice. Yeah, you know... So, I mean, as a beast, she's not a servant right now, right? Technically. So, I mean... Does that not mean you could breed with the commas? Technically? So, I mean, it's not like humanity would cease to exist. They would just be different. Beasts have spirit origins, so it's iffy. Simple application of logic. Yeah, I'm sure it is for you. Now, my beloved Ritsuka, I'm going to make you experience how terrifying that is. Don't worry, I won't let you die. I just want to break your spirit. So I'll reduce the oxygen to the bare minimum you need to survive. Make the lack of gravity more pronounced. Shut off every last light source. and let you drift around a completely dark, empty space without anything or anyone to help you. Who knows what will happen to your tiny human mind after you've been left alone in a space like that. I don't know how long you'll last. It could be days, hours, or only minutes. But sooner or later, the cold darkness of space will shatter your spirit, and you'll be desperate for warmth. In that moment, my love will wholly consume you, and your pleasure will truly begin. Honestly, I can't say I'm thrilled about that myself, since I really do detest all humans, oh. But at least you'll have something to look forward to. Okay then, here goes. Enjoy your mind-shattering swim in zero gravity. Well, R.I.P. Bad end. Honestly, again, this is one of those moments where if it was Cradle of Love, sounds not so bad. If this was a normal visual novel with like a bunch of different dead ends and whatnot, they could put there would definitely be an actual like dead end here. Like there would be a choice where you could like embrace Kama's love and get a harem, and like the final CG would be you just surrounded by Kamas, but then it'd be like bad end for humanity. That'd be something else. But well, I guess luckily or not so luckily, it's not a normal visual novel, it's a gacha game, so which is a shame, right? There's a ton of points throughout FGO where I'm like, if this was just a plain VN, there's so many interesting bad ends they could have had throughout. But you know, it is what it is. I feel as aimless and unmoored as a dandelion seed on the wind. This must be how lost I felt back then, too. That explains why I remember so clearly. That's right, I remember now. I thought I'd accepted that my time had come to an end. I thought I was chanting prayers to the Buddha as I drifted in and out of sleep in my futon. But then at the very last moment, right as I let go of the final thread tethering my soul to this world, I made a wish. I didn't accept it. I wanted to stay and keep loving the Tokugawa family. That's probably why this happened. Yeah, Sabone, you kinda fucked us. It was that shamelessness that brought this punishment upon me. I can't see it. I can't even tell what's happening to me. Master! Please get a hold of yourself, Master! Looks like our connection is still barely hanging in there. Maybe Kama's love is doing this too? Maybe it's her way of saying that even if we can communicate with her, there's nothing we can do to change her situation. At least I was able to adjust the anti-Tokugawa field's output so that it's just barely able to fend off the Tokugawafication mental attack. But I don't know how long that will last. Not long enough, probably. Still, for the moment, let us try to stay calm and not panic. No, I think now is a real good time for panicking, actually. It's okay, we're all here. We can't see anything either. But at least we can kind of sense where the other servants are from their magical energy. I just unfolded a flying carpet. It may not be flying the right side up, but at least it can give us some frame of reference. It should be able to seat 4 or 5 people. I'll have the Jin bring Master here too. You have my thanks. Why you just settled down onto the carpet without breaking your Seiza posture? I admire your unflappable composure. I am simply doing my best to adhere to the way of the sword, though I still have far to go before reaching true mastery. I feel a little better now. Where are Parvati and Tsubone? We're here. Although Tsubone is kind of lost in thought right now. I can understand how she feels. It must have been a huge shock for her. I do sympathize with her. But right now we need to figure out our next move. I agree. Can you think of anything, Shion? To be honest, her logic is unassailable. I cannot think of any idea that could refute it. It's true that humans cannot survive in space, so it follows that they could not defeat a beast who is the universe either. Then there's nothing we can do? There's only one possible way we can get out of this. We need to find a way to change the way this place is defined. We need to make this place somewhere that's not the universe, and we need to reinforce that non-universe definition. Okay, but how do we do that? Yeah, right? Like, easier said than done there, Shion. Yes, this is an incredibly difficult problem to solve. I never thought of this place as the universe. In my mind, this has always been the OOKU. But would that not be the same thing anyway? Because Kama is also the OOKU. And so since the OOKU is Kama, the OOKU is also the universe. But we'll see. Now I'm alone. All alone. But that's okay. I deserve to be punished. I deserve to die for what I've done. I'm a malefactor who brought a beast of love here through my obsession. I brought about the Tokugawa's ruin. Lady Parr should never have saved me. Still, I know I don't have any right to ask. But if I could make one final request. I would have liked to die in the place to which I dedicated my life. I know I had few allies there. I know a lot of people must dislike me for ruling it so heavy-handedly. But even so, it's where I belong. If I'm going to die, that's where I'd like to spend my final moments. In fact, why aren't I there right now? No. Think. I entered Edo Castle. I went into the Nakaoku, and went down the Osuzuroka, then I went further. Even though the wicked god of love turned it into a labyrinth. Even though it has an impossible basement now. Even though it was so riddled with mistakes and misconceptions that I kept denying it. I heard her say plain as day. In my mind, this place has always been the OOKU. Why? Why? Why does she think that? Could it be? Maybe I had the wrong idea all along. Yes, that's right. I'll admit that I did something terrible. I'll admit that I'm a fool. But that doesn't mean I'm not still the same person I always was. It doesn't mean that my life up to this point was a mistake. After all, if an ordinary girl like her still knows about the OOKU hundreds of years in the future, I couldn't have gotten it that wrong. So I need to take responsibility. I need to fulfill my duties as the head of the OOKU. My given name is Saito Fuku. My imperial name is Kasuga no Tsubone. am the woman who created the OOKU. Uh-huh. Lady Parr, I have a request to make of you. Sabone? I'm glad to see you're feeling better. So, what would you like me to do? Don't worry, it's very simple. I would like you to let go of my soul. Oh. But not to just go ahead and die, right? You have a plan, right? Right, Sabone? Surely? Surely there's a plan in there, right? I expect it won't be much longer now before I hear her breaking down into an ugly cry. Any moment now. Any moment now. Ugh, what's taking so long? How long does a beast have to wait to get a breakdown around here? A while. Oh, whoops. That just slipped out. I guess I got a little carried away, now that I'm so close to being fully mature. Uh-huh. I'm just going to keep my expectations low, stick to being my usual downer self, and love the world while I continue to sneer at it. Now stop staring at me, Nobutsuna. It's distracting. Gordolf. Buddy. The fact that even Tokugawa-fied, he doesn't see any issue with what's happening here is concerning. Why don't you have a drink and keep Upside Down Chubb's company while he floats there? This is a crucial moment. I don't want him fading in and throwing me off my game with some stupid remark. As you wish, milady. Come to think of it, you've been a very good assistant, haven't you? You've done everything I asked of you without a single complaint. Once I've achieved my goal, I'll make sure to reward you with lots of extra love. Wait, is it getting brighter over there? Sabone? What is that light? I don't remember ever. Huh? Yes, that's right. I'd forgotten something very important. I am Kasugano Sabone. My name will always be spoken alongside the Tokugawa OOKU. So if I'm here now, this place must be the OOKU. Yeah, get overpowered by a single human soul! Weren't expecting that, huh? You want me to let go of you? I can't do that. You... I feel like... okay, I don't know. Okay, are we good? It disconnected for a second again. I don't know why it does that. Randomly. That's so weird. Okay, hang on, let me go back to the previous line. This must be the OOKU. And then the wooden floor appeared. You want me to let go of you? I can't do that. You're nothing more than a soul right now. The only thing still holding you to this world is my spirit origin. If I let go of you now, you'll... It's alright. I have no intention of dying just yet. I simply realized there are some things I can only do as a soul. Like what? Kama used other people's souls to build this OOKU of depravity. So as a soul myself, it stands to reason that I can rebuild this place into what the OOKU should be. What do you mean by that, Sabone? I can't explain it logically. I just have a feeling that I can do it. Maybe it's because this formless universe is connected to the OOKU Labyrinth, a place that does have a form. For whatever reason, I feel like it would be easy to turn this formless place into something more solid. True, that's the same thing Kama's doing. The logical underpinnings are sound. If you say you can do it, I'm willing to believe you. But I'm afraid you don't have anywhere near the amount of raw power necessary. Doesn't she though? There's only so much you can do as a single soul. To be frank, it would be impossible to fight back against this universe on your own. I know. Which is why I also have a request to make of you two. Us? Lady Scheherazade, I would like you to tell me a story of how Kasuga no Sabone should truly be. A heroic story that depicts her as the powerful, ferocious, absolutely undisputed ruler of the OOKU. After that, Lady Matahari, I would like you to take the mind control technique you used to make Lady Ritsuko believe she was intoxicated. And use it to make me believe that I am like the Kasuga no Sabone and Lady Scheherazade story. So you want me to brainwash you into being like the Kasuga no Sabone in a larger-than-life story? Indeed. Yeah, I think I could do that. Since you're only a soul, I'm sure you would feel the effects directly. So you want to use noble phantasms as a form of mental self-modification? Something like that, yeah? No, wait. Now that I think about it, it's very possible that Scheherazade's Auflela Walela could have an effect on you as well. After all, you'd be telling a story about a person directly to that person's soul. That's true. I can't be sure what will happen until I try. But I might just be able to infuse her with magical energy similar to a partial summon. It's definitely worth trying. There's no way that a human soul could not be affected by a heroic spirit's noble phantasm like this. But on the flip side, you'll also no longer be able to maintain your original form if you do this. That's alright. I know there are risks. Are you sure you want to do this? Now, don't give me that look. A wet nurse is supposed to take care of her charges. I'm honored to be able to help. You don't let your emotions control you. And you know to look at the big picture when giving orders. You really would make an excellent general. What a good girl you are, pat pat. ... If that's your decision, Master, I'll do everything I can to help. Is there anything else any of you need? Well, it'd be nice if you could give me a little more time. The story of Kasuga no Sabone is not one I can tell quickly. I think I can do something about that. I'll put up a bounded field that can slow time inside it a little bit. Though I'm afraid I can only extend it about as far as my hands can reach, so you'll have to get very close to take advantage of its effects. Are you willing to help, Lady Parr? You didn't seem to like this idea earlier. Well, it's our only chance. I still don't. It's dangerous, you know? But I can see how serious you are about this, even being aware of the risks. I can't say no to that. Lady Fuku, it pains me to ask you to take on this monumental task, knowing full well you're not a warrior. But regretfully, even with all my mastery over the sword, I cannot take your place. Forgive me. What are you saying, Lord Munenori? You have your own invaluable role to play here. I'm counting on you to handle that. Right. I don't know how long it will take to finish the story, though I don't expect it will take 1,001 nights. Yeah, probably not. I would hope. At any rate, while I'm telling it, I would like you to keep Master safe. Shall be done, even if it should cost me my life. Alright, no time like the present. Both of you come stand next to me. I'll be here waiting. Indeed. Take this time to rest and recuperate. Of course, I know you're sitting on a flying carpet while Lord Genie holds you in place by your shoulders. You know, I don't know why. Whenever, like, jinns or genies are mentioned, I just think of Genie from Aladdin. And then I think about Robin Williams, and then I get sad. I expect it may be difficult for you to fall asleep. I'll try Zen meditation like you. A fine idea. Such endless darkness as this may provide the perfect setting for clearing one's mind. Perhaps this will end up being good training for you. Did Yagyu just make a joke? No way, it's possible he really believes that. I just can't tell. I'm just going to try and wait without thinking about anything. No thoughts, head empty. It would seem they're done. And of course they wouldn't let us show... It wouldn't let us, you know, get the story that Scheherazade tells. Of course not. These readings... It worked, didn't it? It did. Kasuga no Tsubone already left me. Although she's still just a formless spirit right now. Oh yes, I'm here. I'm now Kasuga no Tsubone, the woman whose name is truly synonymous with the OOKU. I am the one who founded the OOKU as a place to hold Tokugawa together. I am its undisputed ruler. The one who comes to mind whenever anyone thinks of the OOKU. It's a little embarrassing to say things like that about myself, but no matter. Now then, where should I begin? Good question. How about you start with light, then give us the floor. That should be more than enough until we can manage to weaken Kama. Understood. You know, I'm surprised we didn't get a Kasuga no Tsubone servant. Like... They could have given the reasoning as, well, because her soul was directly imbued with a grandiose tale told by Scheherazade, she then became a servant herself. But, I don't know. Too many Sakuras. I guess. The universe? An endless void? Absolutely not. I won't have it. This place is Kasuga no Tsubone's OOKU. Yes, that's right. I'd forgotten something very important. I am Kasuga no Tsubone. My name will always be spoken alongside the Tokugawa OOKU. So if I'm here now, this place must be the OOKU. Yeah, weren't expecting that, were you, Kama? Weren't expecting one little puny human soul to be that much of a pain in your ass, huh? Oh, Act 10, OOKU Part 1. Final Node. I remembered the dreams I had, the ones I dreamt while I was weak and dying. Now I'm going to put a stop to the evil my own weakness on my deathbed created, and I will do so with a strength that everyone believed in. You can't say things like that. The Shogun cares more about dogs than he does about his people, after all. I was just doing what I thought was right. I thought people are supposed to be kind and compassionate. No, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. It's wonderful that you love animals so much. You have nothing to worry about, nothing to fret over. Don't you give me that nonsense. There's a reason they say everything in moderation. It doesn't matter how compassionate you're being if your laws end up making your citizens unhappy. What you should be concerned with, Lord Tsunayoshi, is making the world better for humans and animals alike. I know this sort of thing happens sometimes during the wars, but he's still just a child. Sup, wah! Oh, what's wrong? Did somebody say something mean to you? Stop that. You mustn't curl up and cry. You may be a child, but you're still the Shogun. Okay, that one's a bit fucked up. Like, he's 3. Like, give the boy a break. You must hold your head high no matter what you are. No matter what you are going through, or how much you may feel like crying. You must show everyone else that the great Shogun is right here. You must show that you're ready to face whatever lies ahead bravely, no matter how young or immature you may be. That is your job right now, Lord Ietsugu, and it's a very important job that only you can do. It's useless. He's much too sickly. How could a man like that possibly lead all of Japan? What am I supposed to do? What can I do? Oh god, I wish I could just run away from it all. You hear that deeply about things that aren't your fault? What a kind man you are. A weak body leads to a weak spirit. A weak spirit leads to a weak body. You still have a lot of training to do. Go on then, pick up your practice sword, and I'll spar with you myself. This is all just a dream, of course. I know that. I know I'm not really here for these future Tokugawa shogun, but even so. Not a bad person, he always just does whatever the retired shogun wants. He's just Lord Ieyasu's son. Shut up, he's just a figurehead, shut up. He's just there to carry on the Tokugawa name. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Don't worry about them, think about it. If all they care about is your father, that means you're less encumbered than anyone else. It means you're freer than anyone else. Lord Hidetada, I know you're a great man, every bit the shogun Lord Ieyasu was. There's nothing to be gained by comparing yourself to him. Besides, you did something Lord Ieyasu never thought to. You designated the greatest wet nurse in Japan to raise your son, the greatest shogun in the history of Japan. He doesn't care about his people or his country. All he cares about are his game pieces. What's wrong with pursuing your interests to their fullest? As a shogun, you're the most powerful man in the land. Why should you be forced to waste your time thinking about it if you don't want to? What in the world are you saying? No self-respecting shogun would ever ignore his country in favor of his hobbies. From now on, you're to play no more than 2 hours of shogi per day. If you cannot stick to that, I'll hide your shogi board myself. You tell him. All that comes out of his mouth is yes, that will do. It's no wonder that deplorable Mizuno Tadakuni is going around doing whatever he pleases. What with Lord Doormat in charge of the country? This is terrifying. My teeth won't stop chattering. Why did all this have to happen during my reign? I don't know, man. Tough luck. Why did those horrible black ships have to show up on our shores now? Oh my, you're shuddering, you poor thing. The Shogun's job is to keep Japan safe. It's exactly when a foreign enemy appears that his true worth is tested. What do you think quaking in your boots will achieve? You must stand up and fight. If you know you cannot win this fight, then rack your brain until you think of a plan. This may be an age where wars are settled with money and trade rather than swords and spears, but the principle remains the same. If the Shogun does not stand up and fight for Japan, then who will? I know they say great heroes are fond of the pleasures of the flesh, but that many concubines? It's no wonder some people think he's a maniac. You haven't done anything wrong. Children are power. Having many of them is far better than letting your bloodline die. That may be true, but only up to a certain point. Having too many children leads to feuds and power struggles. There are few things sadder than discord between siblings. Besides, it's not as though just anyone is suited to be a concubine. You can't just go around laying your hands on any woman in the OOKU that catches your eye. If you keep appointing new concubines from the attendants who've just begun getting used to their jobs, how are the other attendants supposed to get anything done? From now on, I'll make sure to only show you women who have had a proper upbringing and are ready to be concubines. If there's anyone who catches your eye, all you have to do is let me know. Yes, in the end, this is all only a dream. But even so, I feel better now. This was just what I needed to reaffirm who I am. That's right. I'm a woman of principle whom everyone thinks of when they think of the OOKU. We are essentially one and the same. That is who I am. Nothing and no one can change that. So take a look, Beast. Listen very closely. Feel it for yourself. Kasuga no Tsubone is always in the OOKU, and the OOKU is always home to Kasuga no Tsubone. That is an indisputable fact, and you know it. Yet you would still try to insist that this is your universe? Don't make me laugh. Is that a floor? What happened to my universe? It ain't yours no more. Ain't yours. Don't be ridiculous. Something like your universe would have no place down here underground. This is the OOKU. My OOKU. How did you get in here? Out of my way, you little pest. You're going to mess up my gravity and oxygen settings. That's the point. That's right. Once again, I'll admit you're correct. Or you were correct. Humans are not made to survive in the void. So our only choice is to deny that this is the void. And once your definition of this space becomes unstable, it gives us more options to play with. Ritsuka, I added magical energy-based thrusters to your mystic code, therefore keeping you upright, not moving around. I've also formed a life preservation zone around your head, so you shouldn't have any trouble breathing. Technology. Gotta love it. Yeah, I don't know how you're projecting that onto us, but, you know, we'll take it. What do you think you're doing? Wipe that smile off your face. No. Hang on one second. Okay. True. If a human were to find themselves floating in the unfathomably vast, cold, dark reaches of space, they would certainly panic in the face of something so alien. But if we know what we're up against, that's a different story. After all, knowledge and understanding are mankind's two greatest weapons. As long as we have time to prepare, we can think up as many ways to fight back as there are stars in the sky. That said, humans can only see up to 4,000 stars with the naked eye. That's more than enough for a lazy, apathetic beast like you. We might not be able to cover the entire universe, but as long as we have light, gravity, and a solid place to stand, that's more than enough. Indeed. With that unsettling floating sensation gone, I no longer fear for my life, and I can fight once again. I promise you that if nothing else, I'll keep this floor around no matter what. Go wherever you want. Forward, backward, left, right. Doesn't matter. I'll just make more floor. I'm so sorry to burst your bubble. But stop and think a moment. How is this any different from when I gave you a floor out of the goodness of my heart when you first showed up? It's so cute how easily you lot think you suddenly won. I can't stand it. That futile little effort of yours is just adorable. It makes me want to wad it up and throw it away like the trash it is. Do you not realize your situation hasn't actually improved at all? You've just gone back to the way things were before. That's a fair point. There are still more than enough of us to fill the whole universe. And your master's Tokugawafication hasn't gone away at all. You're only just holding it back by cranking up the output on your anti-Tokugawa barrier further than it should go, right? I wonder how long that will last against my infinite depravity. Honestly, it's just a matter of time until it falls apart. Did you actually think you could win just by setting things back to how they were 5 minutes ago? What a joke. That's the most idiotic thing I've ever... Then allow me to provide them with another trusty blade. Oh? Okay? I'm surprised he's joining us, given how she is right. We are kind of still outmatched. I mean, we'll take all the help we can get, right? But like, it wasn't his whole thing pragmatism? Like, there's no way they can win, so I'm gonna keep siding with her. Well, he sided with her because she was overwhelming. Oh, well, how unexpected. This should be good. Nobitsuna, what do you think you're doing here? Remove yourself from my OOKU right this instant. Forgive me, Lady Kasuga. What about this? You may not be aware of it, but you actually owe me a favor. If you will permit me to stand here, I'll consider your favor repaid. Me owe you a favor? If anyone owes anything here, it's you for your treachery in betraying... Lady Kasuga, it was Monk Tenkai and I who rescued your soul. What? You know, I did wonder why Kasuga no Tsubone's soul was the only one left in the void. You're saying you're the one who put it there? I am. When Monk Tenkai realized that Lord Iemitsu had been abducted, and that the Tokugawa name itself was facing an existential threat, he came to see me right away. Once we learned that the OOKU was the locus of the situation, we just barely managed to help one person escape. The one we both deemed essential to resolving the situation. I speak, of course, of you, Lady Kasuga. I believe the reason you're able to preserve yourself in soul form and to manipulate your soul's energy right now. Maybe due to the protection spell Lord Tenkai cast when we saved you. Well, if that's true, then why were you working for the Beast Woman up until now? Why else? To protect Tokugawa. It is quite simple. You said it yourself not long ago, Lady Kasuga. We must do what is right for Tokugawa, no matter the cost to ourselves. For example, if Lord Iemitsu were to pass away before me, I would not commit seppuku to join him. Regardless of the dishonor it would bring me, I would continue to support the Tokugawa name by serving the next shogun. Because that is what I believe I must do. Similarly, I believe I could best protect Tokugawa by staying alive until now. Even if it meant I was branded a traitor. Why didn't you say so sooner? I had no idea that's what you were up to. I would have cut Kama down from behind, but it did not seem as though that would kill her. So my only choice was to have Lord Tenkai help me provide a less direct form of assistance. What? Why is he coughing up so much blood? No way. Did he really? Did he really what? Shion? A less direct form of assistance. Those Hanafuda cards give off identical readings to the OOKU. Like they made up a part of the OOKU. And this OOKU is made from the energy of human bodies and souls. In which case, It would not be at all surprising if those Hanafuda cards were made from someone's body. Oh. Has he just been taking lumps of his own internal flesh and organs to... I can scarcely imagine what's become of my insides. Oh. You know, Matsudaira, you're not so bad. Though I suppose I could find out if I were to cut open my own stomach. At any rate, there's still one more thing. One last Hanafuda. Even though there's actually probably like 2 others I missed on the other 2 floors, but we won't worry about that. It looks as though the card's black box is all activated at once, and they're now running a backdoor program. Let me see what their effects are. Changing their temperament? No. They reveal what's already there. Huh? Now wait just a damn minute! I didn't plan for this. This should be the right time and place to admit this. I, Matsudaira Izunokami no Butsuna, am the man who utterly robbed the Tokugawa family of their reputation and significance. My actions to date should prove as much. In order to protect the Tokugawa, I completely betrayed their trust in me. So these Hanafuda cards are made up of the same energy used to construct OOKU, and they're part of your body. And now they have taken on a whole new meaning. Shogun Yoshinobu's pillbox contains outward-facing power, but these cards contain inward-facing power. Which means it can be used to neutralize Ritsuka's Tokugawafication. And if Master uses them... What about the samurai? These cards are made from his own body, right? If we use them up... Don't worry about me. I would never have done this if I were not ready to give my life. Besides, I doubt you have any other choice. Thank you. I promise we'll make good use of them. Everyone, please give Master all the Hanafuda cards you've collected. I guess this means Kiara's advice to collect these cards turned out to be the right call all along. It would seem so. Matsudaira. We judged you too harshly. Okay, Tokugawa gauge. Shows the severity of your Tokugawafication. She says choose an easy route, use inner skills, and do other ignoble deeds. Progresses and the gauge is filled. The more severe Tokugawafication, the more powerful Kama becomes. OOKU Hanafuda have the power to reverse your Tokugawafication. Your Tokugawa gauge will be depleted as you exchange them in the OOKU Hanafuda tab on the event reward screen. Okay. Still in the top 10 probably. It's for difficulty. Damn, holy. Alright. Well. I think because I want to get this done quickly, I'm just gonna... do that. Maybe someday I'll come, because I assume you can re-challenge her, right? So yeah, I'll probably give this a go later on, maybe. Maybe. Alright, Act 10, OOKU Part 2. Oh, wait, it's after 2. It should be 5. Okay. I'll just have to try to do this quick. Arcwood, sure, why not? Okay, we get a full team now, finally. Alright. Let's, make sure we don't die. Baz it. Get rid of this Avenger. You know what? Kama. Yeah, why not? Rama, you're out. Give me... Karin. Sure. That's good. Take the spawn point one off. Give me... Take this one off too. And this one. Okay, I guts one time. Yeah, Black Grail actually. And we can get a 3-star on Kama. Actually, maybe I'll give it to Karin. This should do. Let's do it. I was gonna say, this would be impossible if I had to, You do only 3. Well, actually, I could probably do it with 3 servants. Probably. I feel so much better now. We're full of power. Now I see. Those are no ordinary butterflies on these cards. They are from Izu, the crest of the Matsudaira clan. Lord Munenori, how fortunate you're here. There's one last plan Lord Tenkai and I devised. A spell he engraved into my body at the cost of his own life. I'll say this only once. Look upon what I have done. I am without a doubt Tokugawa's mortal enemy. You're a truly loyal man, Matsudaira Izunokami Nobutsuna. No, I'm not. I'm a traitor. I must be for this to work. Now, do what you must do, Lord Munenori. Then, I must cut you down where you stand. Yes, do it. Oh, 7. He's the unsung hero, the unseen hero up till now. Yagyu? Why'd you do that? He had to die. Lord Nobutsuna is now no more than a soul, just like Lady Fuku. I do not know if this is the result of Lord Tenkai's spell, or his own sheer willpower, but now, like Lady Fuku, he too can change his shape. I expect that shape will be no more than a single blade. A blade meant to be Tokugawa's mortal enemy. A blade, eh? Something is coming out of Nobutsuna's body. Is that a katana? So instead of Izumi no Kami Kanasada blade, you've become an imitation blade of Izu no Kami Muramasa. Very well. I will not let your loyalty go to waste. Just this once, I, Yagyu Tajima no Kami, warfare instructor of the Tokugawa family, will take up a false Muramasa blade to destroy this false Tokugawa. I see. It's the same as Shogun Yoshinobu's power. He turned his own body into the ultimate anti-Tokugawa weapon. He spent all this time honing his blade, himself, trusting that someone worthy of wielding him would come and end this. He chose to become the ultimate weapon to bring this false Tokugawa down from the inside. What the hell is happening here? I knew Nobutsuna was betraying me, though I was surprised to find out he helped Tsubone escape. I knew he was making those cards and leaving them for you to find while he thought I was busy reading. I only kept him around because I was looking forward to seeing the look on his face when he found out all his work was for nothing. But it wasn't for nothing. He wasn't supposed to actually succeed! He was obviously far more loyal to the Tokugawa than you could ever have conceived. That's why you failed to see the full scope of his plan. Well, of course. How could I possibly be expected to see something like this coming? You're telling me the whole reason he betrayed the Tokugawa shogunate to begin with was so he could imbue his own life with anti-Tokugawa properties? Yeah? Pretty smart, don't you think? And that he chose to be killed just so he could turn himself into a Tokugawa slayer and help defeat me? I don't even know where to begin. It's utter nonsense. Worse than that, I can't even come close to describe how sickening it is. There's only so much suffering humans should possibly be able to endure. Ugh, just how much do you love hurting yourselves anyway? I understand what he was thinking. As his wet nurse, I couldn't be prouder. This is exactly what I was trying to teach him, ever since he was a small boy. Well done, Lord Nobitsuna. You may have handled it a little clumsily, like always, but regardless, you've truly outdone yourself. The Tokugawa family could never ask for a more faithful retainer. In fact, I'll put it another way. This is exactly what Lord Nobitsuna was trying to protect. This is a pure expression of his love. No, absolutely not! I'm the only one who gives love here. I'm the one who's going to fill the universe with it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The love of a god, or the love of one man loyal to his shogun. None of you need love of your own, especially any sort of love I know nothing about. Kama, beast of lust. That's exactly why you and mankind will never get along. It feels good to love someone, and there are endless ways to do so, but you want to control all of that pleasure by yourself. If you grow to full maturity, it would mean the end of the world. Even the entire universe could go up in flames. So I'm going to stop you here and now, no matter what it takes. I sure don't want someone else monopolizing the act of loving others. I wouldn't even be a heroic spirit if it wasn't for love. As for whether that was true love or not, well, that's going to have to be my little secret. Yes, I certainly don't want anyone controlling all the world's love either. I'm not quite sure how I know this, but I do know that it's precious. After all, love is the only thing that can help me forget my fear of death. Yeah. Has Fergus been giving you never mind. In my case, I still only know about the love in theory, not in practice. But everyone's told me that I'll know it when I feel it, and that it's meant to be shared with someone special. Damn, a dagger in the heart, huh? You don't know what it feels like. Oh, in practice anyway. Like, damn, Mash, that hurts. Just imagining something like that in my future makes my heart skip a beat. Right now, my heart is telling me in no uncertain terms that it doesn't want your brand of love. Frankly, I don't see how one-sided depravity could ever do the job. That's desire, not love. Master, we're counting on you to take down Beast 3L. We'll back you up here as best as we possibly can. There are too many Kama isotopes to count, and more will probably keep flying in to back her up. However, I'm sure there's still only one Kama in control. Take out the head and the rest should follow. Understood. I know what I must do, and I'll see that it is done. I'll lay her to rest with this very blade. Prepare yourself. Ah, you're as adorable as farm-grown piglets. You're all just one big pile of earthly desires. In this case, the desire to go around loving whoever you want. Alright then. Since that woman I'm meant to surpass isn't here anymore, I'll say this in her place. Bon no Murio Segandan, the vow to relinquish all one's earthly desires. My love is the fire of depravity that sacrifices all earthly desires. When all desires are satisfied, they will cease to exist. That's right, I'm going to save all of mankind. Sure, that salvation will result in nothing new ever being created again, but so what? I'm not worried about that. I detest humans after all. Now come to me, my beloved master. I'll crush your arrogant dreams of defeating me right here and now, and replace them with the endless depravity of this new universe. By remaking this historical garden of love into a trap meant to lure people into sin, I will emerge as the beast of disaster that my other half can never hope to become. I am Beast 3 Lapse. I am the demon king of decadence and depravity. Now feel my infinite love. Can we not just surrender to her? Like, I think this sounds all well and good. I see no issues with this. Ah, well. What'd that say? Starry Heavens? I glanced down and only caught it as it was disappearing. But I don't want the end of passion. What we get? During normal attacks, restore HP by 200 and decrease defense. And decrease debuff resist for yourself. Oh. Okay. Alright. Bazetto. Get her. Not doing as much damage as I'd hoped. That's Ow. Okay. So it's a bad thing, probably, to do full combos. It would seem. Why the animation speed so high? I don't know. I mean, for the for skill specifically, if you like hold down the screen, it speeds up the skill animations. If you click and hold. Oh, my animation, I don't know. It seems normal to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but it seems normal. Oh yeah, have it at 60 FPS. That would do it. Oh. That was a wee bit of overkill.
愛に溺れどこまでも落ちる快楽に失速せよ人間無明を照らすは愛の光
No, I think I'm good actually. There, comma. I don't. I feel like I don't really need to drown in pleasure. I mean, might not be the worst thing in the world, but I think I'm good. Okay. Maybe I should have brought my own arc along. I guess to be fair, this Arquid is 120 with beast footprints, so maybe I shouldn't compare mine to this one. It's probably an unfair comparison. Alright, well. Oh, clones, huh? I guess it makes sense if we're surrounded by them. Ow. They would be brought out. Yeah, try and get rid of her. Oh, okay. I didn't realize Karma was chaotic. Which I guess it makes sense. On a second go around of thought. Wait, what? Hang on, I didn't look at her. What's that status effect? What's the Should I avoid killing this thing? Remove a single enemy's debuffs. Oh, okay, no, okay, I do want to kill it. Alright, we're about to get hit with a laser beam, but not to worry. Oh no, she has actual Noble Phantasm this time. Oh. Not the beam. Not the beam. Well, I should have seen that coming. Well, shoot. Hopefully this next turn doesn't give me a bunch of Draco. That'd be real unfortunate. And it gave me a bunch of Draco. God damn it. Oh, wait, they took the debuff away. Yay! No debuff. No debuff.
Hi.
Yeah, she has that guts that gives full health, so yeah, we can do this. We'll have her tank. Stop bringing in clones. Clones are cheating. Okay. No, let's go ahead and break the break bar. Thought about going for the the clone, or I guess not clone, but other her, technically, but... Okay, oh. As it's gone. Come on out, Karin. We got our own devil, our own demon. Alright. Let's do these. Marble Phantasm. No, I haven't seen Strange Fake yet. So, I mean, I've been spoiled for some stuff on Twitter, sadly, but I'm trying to avoid it until I've caught up on everything else. Because I haven't seen Apocrypha yet either, or like the Del Malloy case files. I'm trying to watch things in order. Go, Karin, go. Netflix removed Apocrypha. Yeah, let's just say, Netflix wasn't where it was, Netflix, yeah. That's definitely where, I was, yeah, for sure. And that's a real shame. Real goddamn shame. So yeah, DVD, yeah, something like that. Blu-ray, yeah. Alright, there she goes. Laura, she blows. Yeah, well, we did. Get fricked, comma. We escaped the pleasure. We didn't even need our full party. Only 4. Foreign god arts. Hang on, just sending a message really quick. Alright, the final node. I hate running off, but as soon as we're done with this final node, I'm gonna have to like end the stream pretty much immediately. What's going on? I'm the embodiment of infinite love. My numbers are literally endless. And yet... Still an epilogue. Oh god. How's that sword so sharp? It's cutting me down faster than I can bring in new Mies. Almost reached her. Don't worry about the floor, Lord Munenori. As long as you're in this OOKU, I'll make sure you have a path right to her neck, no matter how far she tries to run. I'm in your debt, Lady Fuku. You just don't give up, do you? Damn it, I can't afford to take a direct hit from that thing. I can't afford to take a direct hit. I guess I don't have any other choice but to let go of something. I'll have to abandon being Tokugawa and the OOKU. Kama's property's just changed. Now's your chance, Kasuga no Tsubone. So you've given up your connection to Tokugawa and to this false OOKU, have you? I imagine you only did so because you're desperate to escape Lord Munenori's sword and Lord Yoshinobu's power. But you should have thought it through. Now that you've given up those connections, you've also given up your right to be here. You've given up your ability to defy my OOKU. This is no universe of lust. This is my OOKU, now more than ever. Kasuga no Sabone isn't getting more control over the OOKU. Looks like in your desperation, you doubled down on a losing hand, little Miss Beast. This is the true setting for the story of Kasuga no Sabone. This is what the OOKU is supposed to look like. It's all coming back. Ugh, this sucks. This place is awful. There's no way I can fill a place like this with my love. How can anyone be happy keeping their lust locked away? How can anyone be happy without living in depravity? Hit her with everything you've got. Cut her booty down. Wait, but that doesn't make sense, because... okay. Never mind. As the witness to the Tokugawa family, I have a few things to say about that. There's more to love than simple indulgence. At times, tough love is just as important. You keep calling yourself the embodiment of infinite love, but I bet you know nothing of the kind of love that comes from watching over someone grow and improve, do you? And while I'm at it, I have something to say as the head of the OOKU, too. The OOKU has rules, and those rules are not to be broken. There are all sorts of rules, such as no men allowed besides the Shogun, and no going out at night. But right now, the only one I'm going to focus on is this. No strange women are permitted in the OOKU. By my authority as Kasuga no Sabone, head of the OOKU, I pronounce you unfit! Now leave my OOKU at once. What the? This is... Kasuga no Sabone is exercising her absolute authority over the OOKU. It's a lot like a powerful conceptual spell. It looks like Kama's being sent flying. I'm being repelled? Me? How is this possible? Yeah, you thought you were hot shit. But you ain't even a pile of shit. You lost when you decided to mess with my OOKU. Though I suppose things would have turned out differently if you hadn't let Lord Nobitsuna and Lord Tenkai rescue me. But you were too indulgent to think to stop them. And now that depraved love of yours will be your undoing. I mean, bruh. Yeah. You did it. You drove Kama all the way out to the surface. How are you going to finish her? My role in this battle is complete. There is another better suited to that. Who's that? How is this happening? All humans crave love, and I'm the god and the demon king of it. None of them should be able to touch me. That reminds me, there's one more god I still need to thank. She saved me for no reason without seeking anything in return, as though it were the most natural thing in the world. Right, Parvati. As far as I'm concerned, she's the true god of love. Without her love, I simply would not be here right now. It's over, Kama and Mara. Whether it's being given or received, I don't think love is meant to be a one-way street. Either there's no clear answer for what it is exactly, or it's just not something gods like us can fully understand. As the god of love, you should have been the closest to figuring it out. Now that you've been consumed by the small-minded fires of depravity, I'm going to show you what I believe love to be, as my final gift to you. There's one kind of love inside me I know for certain to be stronger, purer, and more just than anything else in the world. The love I feel for my wonderful husband, Trishula Shakti. Yeah, that feel familiar, huh? It's over. In addition to Parvati's noble phantasm, Kama's already...
Indeed. She's no longer a false Tokugawa either. She's now but a mere creature, and I have already cut her down.
Huh? Oh, what? Why she's crying? What? Oh. Why we bully? Why bully? It hurts. It's as bad as when Shiva incinerated me. How? How could I lose to a bunch of garbage wastes of space like these humans? I just made a little mistake. I just got a little scared and tried to run away. Oh. Ow. Ugh, this is exactly why I hate having a body. Yeah, I feel you. I hate having a body too. I always end up the victim. It doesn't matter if I'm the god or a demon king of love. People always say it's my fault there isn't enough love to go around. That's why I tried to give them infinite love. I wanted to get back at them with every fiber of my being. I knew that a god who's meant to love others would never be loved herself. That's why I had to love everyone. I had no choice but to dominate if I didn't want to feel like a victim anymore. This is the worst. I can't believe I've gone from the most powerful being in the world to the most pathetic. Please, I don't want it to end like this. There are still so many defective, detestable humans out there I haven't looked down on. So many I haven't trampled with love. This can't be how it ends. I'm afraid it is, Kama. This is your requiem. I do feel a bit bad. Like, she was always getting blamed. Or he, I guess, whatever. Like, it's hard to... And not to mention being incinerated when trying to do the other gods a favor. Because Shiva was... Yeah, I mean... I do kind of feel bad for Kama. True, it does feel good to love. Especially when the ones you love are clearly weak and in need of protection. All the more so if they're children. Loving helpless people like that makes you feel needed. It makes you feel like you matter. It can be terribly frightening to put an end to that. But making a clean break with that desire, that obsession to keep loving someone forever, is a form of love we guardians must one day be willing to embrace. As they say, if you truly love something, you must be willing to set it free. Real. Real and true. Tuna. Okay, I really am out of time. Like, I legitimately am getting... Yeah, I have to go. Later today, after what I have to do, in like 2-3 hours, I'll record the epilogue and upload it as its own separate video. I'll try and have it up tonight, ideally. But I really do have to go. So thank you for watching. And yeah, the next stream will probably be starting LB4. So that'll be fun. But yeah, bye. Sorry about this.